Hello guys, welcome back to Let's Play Banjo-Tooie. We have a lot to get done in this video, so first we're going to go into the pawnbroker's shop with our 28 doubloons, and we will see a jiggy in a case there, and, well, we can't get to it yet. You can see the globo up in the corner that we're going to need for Mumbos. And basically, Banjo is going to tell Pono that he wants the jiggy, and Pono's going to tell him it's 20 doubloons. Kazooie is going to be very frugal, we'll say, and the prices will change, so we'll give him 20 doubloons for it. I mean, it is a jiggy after all, and in fact, there is no way of actually getting the price down, so you will have to go find 20 doubloons if you want that jiggy. Not that hard to do, they're all right outside the square. And after an annoying cutscene of him cashing it, the case will break open and we can get a jiggy, along with the notes that are up here, and that globo, because we do need that globo. Mumbo is important. You can do one thing in this level, but it's an important thing. And up next, we are going to go down to the wave race shop, and we are going to meet an old friend of ours. You guys probably know who I'm talking about, but if we go inside, we will meet, once again, Captain Blubber, who's, once again, like, crying. And basically, he's going to tell us that he is completely out of money, all of his wave racers are broken, and he's basically got nothing left, and so we are going to offer to lend him some money, although I'm much further ahead than the conversation is. He says his last wave racer was eaten by a fish the other day, and actually we will be doing something about that later. And he's willing to sell us his last possession for 1 doubloon, and I will take that offer. Anything is good for 1 doubloon, especially since I can't do anything else with it. And he will leave a box, and inside that box is going to be a pair of running shoes. And after he kind of leaves rather happily, because he's going to go play the quiz night and win some money, hopefully, we are going to use these running shoes for their only purpose, and that is to get a Jinjo, not a Jinjo. And by doing so, since we can run across water in this game, as I showed in Political Ultra Mine, we will use these running shoes to go run across the lagoon here and go and get this black Jinjo. And actually, the running shoes might last all the way back to shore too. We have one more building to go into, and that is Jolly's Inn and Bar. And then we will need to go visit Mumbo, and then we'll probably move on with this level, because a large part of it we can't really access right now. In fact, the majority of it we can't access right now. Quickly, if you see this window, equip some grenade eggs and shoot the barrel that says gunpowder, and it will explode very violently and blow a hole open in the side of Jolly's building. And we will be doing stuff with that later, but we can't do anything with it now or for any part of this level, I don't think. And this is Jolly Roger. He is the mayor, and he runs the inn, and he is going to deny Kazooie her ginger beer, and basically after some small talk, we are going to get to rent a room. And he's going to tell us about his partner who works at the inn, and she was out on a wave racer, and he heard a large noise, and she was gone. And in fact, she got eaten by that fish that Captain Blubber was talking about. And he is going to offer us to rent a room for 2 doubloons, and that is all we have left, and it is the last thing we have to do with the doubloons, and we do kind of have to do this if we want to get everything in the game, because when we rent this room, he will open the door, and inside there will in fact be a jam jars hatch, and we have a move to learn in there. And and it's actually a somewhat kind of important move. It'll be important in this level anyway. But first, there are notes up here to get, and I believe you can actually get into Jolly's rafters from up here, but I don't think there's any purpose in doing so. Yeah, you can go above this room that we blew up the powder keg in, but there's nothing to it. We actually have 5 doubloons left. I did say we were out, but it is we do have 5 left, and that is for a Cheeto page at Pawno's. But we have to go back for it to appear. So here we will learn sub-aqua A-gaming. Basically, it is the same as regular A-gaming and flying A-gaming, except now we can do it underwater too. So that's all this move is, and it's one of 2 moves in Jolly Roger's Lagoon. There's another, but it is very far away from this location, and we won't get there probably until the next video or the following video. To the right, there is actually a room with a character here, and he's quite obviously drunk, and he is Captain Black Eye. There's something, and I can't remember the exact story, but Captain Black Eye was supposed to be like the original character of a game, and they scrapped that project in favor of Banjo-Kazooie, so they brought him back in this sort of cameo appearance. And if you look behind him, you can actually see the pink egg from the Stop and Swap in Kazooie, and another picture of Treasure Trove Cove over there. There's not anything else we can do in this room. We can continue to talk to Black Eye, except I think all he will do is eventually he will fall over drunk, and I don't think we can actually get anything from him. Basically, it's a little extra thing, and I might cover it in like a later video or something, but I don't know, it's not really important, nor is it really worth spending video time on it. Quickly though, we are going to go back to Pawno's and get that Cheeto page, and then we're going to go give Mumbo a visit. And there it is inside of the glass case, as the Jiggy was. And I don't understand why he has to break these glass cases. He could probably save himself a bunch of money by just removing them. And he is going to tell us about the Cheeto page, which we already know about, and says it's 5 doubloons, and Kazooie isn't actually going to complain this time, and we have to talk to him again to actually buy it, and we are going to buy it because I want to collect all the Cheeto pages. And we are going to tell him, we do want the Cheeto page, and we're going to go through another long cutscene of him cashing our money. And, oh, this is painful to watch. There's no point in this. But anyway, the case will shatter, and we can go get another Cheeto page, which I almost missed. We're now going to take a visit to Mumbo's, and probably progress in the game. I'm not sure if we definitely will, but we probably will. It depends on how long Mumbo's stuff takes and how good my judging of time is. Yeah, but if we do go and get Mumbo, he can do one thing for us. Sorry, I kind of spaced there on my thought process for a minute, but if we go to Mumbo and give him this Globo, he will help us out for the one Mumbo pad in all of Jolly Roger's Lagoon. And that's mainly for the fact that Mumbo can't swim underwater. He can't dive, and most of this level is underwater. And so after the mandatory scene of him asking for the Globo and him taking the Globo and him acting all heroic with his shaman stick, we can leave and make sure to leave out the right entrance now that there are 2 of them to Mumbo's skull. And down in the center of town, you might have seen it off of like out of the corner of your eye in the last video, but there is a Mumbo pad here, and this is probably the most important Mumbo pad in the entire game. I say that because about 80% of all the stuff in Jolly Roger's Lagoon you can't get without doing this Mumbo pad. And basically what he does is he uses some magic on the sun so that it completely oxygenates the entire lagoon. and Banjo and Kazooie can now breathe underwater in Jolly Roger's lagoon in that water pool, and all water connected to that water pool. And so we don't have to worry about air bubbles now when we go dive down there. And in fact, basically gave Rare and Nintendo a very creative way to get around the fact of breathing if they wanted to do a level that was almost completely underwater. So yeah, now we can move on to the majority of the level. Unfortunately, we only have 5 minutes left in this video. We are going to attempt to get 1 or 2 things done down there. And there's actually one thing down there that's an actual be right about a good amount of time to do for the amount of video left, but I can't do it yet. We need to get a move that is farther into the level. In case you were wondering, there's a Humble Wumba in this level, but she's not in this main area of the town, I suppose. She is under the waters somewhere. And so we will dive down into this very big, ominous looking hole, and we probably won't surface for a few videos or so. Lots to do with the ice eggs down here. These octopus type anemone things, if we shoot them in the eye with an ice arrow, or not an arrow, an ice egg, or possibly other types of eggs will probably work. Since we're underwater, I don't think fire eggs work at all, and this is just eggs. But I know ice eggs work, and I believe possibly grenade eggs would work too. I'm not sure if regular eggs work, I just always use ice eggs. Yeah, so there are a few notes within those anemone type things, and there is this spaceship that has a Kazooie face on the door that we can't do anything about yet. And so we are actually going to go into the next area and probably not get much done, but through here, here's another mechanic of Jolly Roger's Lagoon. There are a few of these things. There are giant octopus, or octopi, who are flailing their arms around, and so we can't get through. But if we shoot them in the face with an ice egg, their entire body will freeze, and we can move past them. And this is the main area of the underwater section of Jolly Roger's Lagoon. This is Atlantis, the long-lost city of Atlantis, or Empire of Atlantis, depending upon what stories you want to believe. There's a lot of buildings to go in here, and a lot of missions to do, and a lot of annoying missions to do. There's also a move that we can get, and I might attempt to get it now, because I believe it is in the building we are hovering above. You can probably see that empty honeycomb over there. I'd go get it, except I don't know if we have enough time to make the move. But we're going to attempt to do so. These are electric eels, and this is called the electric eels lair. They don't electrify the water, so you can still swim by them, but you can't touch them. They'll do damage. And so here is another Jam Jar's hut. It's a very weird location for one, but we are going to learn the Talon Torpedo. And this is a pretty interesting move and will be used a lot in this level, and actually for 2 very big important things later in the game. One will allow us to access a whole nother area of the Isle of Hags, and one will allow a pretty large extras feature. But we will get to those when they come. So we have the move, and I'm going to go grab that empty honeycomb that you saw, and then I'm probably going to end this video. Probably about a minute short, but there is lots to do in Atlantis. We have tons still to do in this level. And unfortunately, it's all the hardest part of this level, the underwater section. But we will continue this in the next part, and I will actually, we are going to get this warp head, and then I will say that this is the end of the video, and I thank you guys for watching.